I'll start off by asking you some questions, Rogan. So tell us, what's the background to your farm?
It's a 485 cow farm, winter just over 500. It's irrigated 124 hectares, and that's about it.
Just sitting here looking at this stunning feed pad, could you tell us what kicked this all off? Why did you invest in this feed pad?
I just got sick of trampling feed into the mud in the winter, just the wastage of it, and I think regulations in time will stop us doing that. So I just wanted to try something different and make it cheap and simple.
So the feed wastage was a big concern, or it was maybe you saw it as an opportunity?
I just, like when it's wet, the cows waste so much and they probably only eat half what they're supposed to. So on a wet winter, the cows, they never do any good. Where less hares, everything gets utilised.
So you wintered full-time here just last year. Was that always the intention? How did it work out for you?
Yeah, we wintered full-time last winter. They just got grass and maize. And yeah, we had a few teething problems at the start with the pumps and stuff, but we got that all sorted, and we've changed a couple of things this year, and no, it's all went pretty well, really.
I think one of the big questions that came through from quite a few of you was the question around the economics of the feed pad. Do you have anything to say there about cost benefits? How long do you think it'll take to see a return on investment?
I haven't actually sat down and worked it all out, but my theory was what it costs me to make the silage will be the same as what I feed less of. So if they're only needing 11 or 12 Ks, rather than feeding 14 or 15 Ks in the paddock.
Did you look at other options, composting barns, putting on a roof, for the benefits that would offer? And if so, why did you choose this option?
Yeah, we went down south and we looked around a heap of feed pads, and the reason, I don't think North Otago gets enough rain for a roof, and the composting barns, all the wood chips and that are getting dearer and harder to get, and it's a big job taking them in and out and that, where less this is do it once and forget about it.
Tell us the experience from the calving period, calving down. How'd that go?
So during the springtime, that's probably where we found the biggest benefits, probably in labour and animal health. I think savings. It was really easy to transition cows. You had a whole lot more control over the feed going in, and even just putting your minerals and your mag and all that sort of stuff on feed. You knew the stock would get it down the throat, and then also we would bring our springer mob on and off the pad. Someone was always checking the stock. They'd be on overnight, and then first thing in the morning before milking, the springer mob would go down to a paddock and just get hay and just a sniff of grass, and then they'd be on there till sort of just probably about 1 o'clock, and then they'd come back on the pad at that time. So like pre-morning milking, we'd already cut out any cows that had calved overnight, and again in the afternoon when you bring them back on the pad, you'd cut more cows out, and then before we'd go home after milking, because it's right by the dairy shed, you just flick anything out that looked like it was going to calve that night. We just put it in a paddock close to the shed. We just noticed we probably had, with the transition, having better control of the feed, we didn't have the same amount of metabolic problems. Yeah, and then probably just getting them off sooner and onto good tucker after calving quicker. So even the staff would say that it made sort of cutting cows that have calved out really simple. Because it was all so handy to the shed, you could, even during milking, you'd sort of keep an eye on a cow that had maybe looked like it was calving before milking. You could bring her in, carve her, and you didn't have to worry about it at night. So yeah, it was good.